Question 2, the performance of this question is not very good. First, I will tell you how you can solve it, and then second, I will go through what is the common mistake. Very important thing is about equation. Our target is make some operation and then make x be the subject. That means x equal to something. And the only technique we can reliable is we can do the same thing on both sides. For example, 1 is equal to 1, right? So if you try to multiply 2 if you want it, it's no longer equal to 1, and you should times 2 at the same time. So all of the mistake is come from you do one thing on left hand side, but you don't do the same thing on the second side. So that's the problem. If 1 is equal to 1, then 2 is also equal to 2. That's why you can do whatever you want. For example, you can 1 times 3. Then you just times 3 here. So 3 is equal to times 3. It makes sense. If it is 4 equal to 4, if you take square on both sides, then 16 is equal to 16. It also makes sense, right? So that's the logic you need to solve this kind of question every time. If you want to be accurate, every time remember to tell yourself what you are doing on both sides. So everyone know that I hate fraction, and you find fraction here, right? So you should left hand side you need to times 2, and the whole right hand side you need to times 2 also. After you finish it, be very careful how you should handle the expression. This is a bracket. We have to separate to 2 parts. Every part we have to times 2. So 7x over 2 times 2. 3y we also need to times 2. If I simplify, 2 divided by 2, only 7x is left. But however, we don't have divide by 2 here, so you should think 3 times 2 is give you 6, but no longer 3 anymore. It's become 6 already. So after that, 2 times 2, we got 4 times this bracket. So when you remove the bracket, 4x minus 4y plus 8. Every term we have to times 4. So it's look more complicated here with a fraction. After that, we change it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms without any fraction. Our target is x, so we group everything to x to left hand side. X stay here. I want this x, but don't forget it. How you can move positive 4x to become negative 4x is because you minus 4x on both sides. Not necessary to write it down, but every time you should remind yourself, basically you're doing something like this. That's why this one disappeared. So negative 4y plus 8, and then I don't want y here, so I move it to left hand side. Both sides minus 6y to cancel out this one. So we got 3x, and then this is negative 10y plus 8. Finally, we both sides divided by 3, so negative 10y plus 8 over 3. If you always insist to think about whole left hand side, whole right hand side, do some operation, then your calculation should be more accurate. Why many of you make mistake here is many of you remember some magic like move something to become something. Some of you consider move this 2 to another side. So that's why 7x and then 2 times 2 give us 4. This part is correct, but they negated, they need 2 times 2 for 3y, and then they write down 3y here. That's why this is wrong. So if you say that move something to somewhere, this kind of explanation is not very reliable. You should always remind yourself you are going to multiply 2 on both sides. So every term, the first term you have to times 2, the second term you have to times 2, the last term you have to times 2 also. You can use this general technique in many different questions, including log or square. Let's say if it is x squared equal to 4, you learned it before. I don't want square. So sometimes we are going to make some opposite operation. Plus opposite is minus, time opposite is divide. Square is what we learned in Form 2. The opposite is positive negative square root. So I take square root on both sides. And then it's become positive or negative 2 is equal to x, because square root and square cancel out the effect. So we extract what we want. So a little bit more explanation, like sine theta is equal to 1 over 2. If it's given that sine theta is equal to 1 over 2 and we want theta equal to something, what we should do? Sine is an operation. There exists some opposite operation which is called arc sine. So that's why in your calculator you won't input sine, but you will input shift first. So basically we are doing something like the whole left hand side, we take arc sine, and the whole right hand side we take arc sine also. But just like what I mentioned, sine and arc sine are exactly opposite operation. That's why they cancel out each other. Only theta is left. And then that's why when you are going to solve this in your calculator, you are going to input this one. Shift sine 1 over 2. That means by using the length ratio, you chase back what is the corresponding angle, lead to this result. So also logarithm. If you have something like log 3 is equal to, or maybe log x is equal to 3, plus minus opposite times divide are opposite, log that exists are opposite. Log opposite is 10 power of something. So if you are going to cancel out this one, you are going to make 10 power of something. Log and 10 power of something, they have opposite effect and cancel each other. So x is left in left hand side. Right hand side, nothing to change, is 10 power 3. So if we use calculator, that means log 1000. If you're not really sure, maybe we can use calculator to double check. We want to check log x, that means log 1000. Is that really equal to 3? So log 1000. It's give us 3. So this is the general technique in solving equation. I don't want you just learn specifically how you can change the subject, but also I want you to know more about what is the true operation in equations.